Chris is here to claim the court maximum £5,000 owed on various loans he made to his friend to cover living costs. Defendant John says due to Chris's behaviour, he's been unable to find work and therefore repay the loan. He is counterclaiming £1,323 for a laptop which he claims Chris stole.
I've got Chris here and John, correct?
Yes, Judge.
Chris, I have to tell you, I've rarely seen a case framed with the amount of anger and upset as you've articulated your case against John. Can you explain to me why?
I've known John over 10 years now. I was a driver. He had his own agency, recruitment agency for HGVs.
In 2015, your life changed in a bit of a happy way. Now, I'm not saying it was earth-shattering, but it was pretty big. What happened, please?
I won £290,000 on the Euro Millions.
Now, here's the thing. Before you won that £290,000, how was life? Not exactly financially secure, correct?
No, I was cycling to work because I couldn't afford to get my car fixed. Me and my partner at the time, we were eating jacket potatoes, cheese and beans every night of the week because we didn't have a pot to pee in, basically.
I've got that, plus the jacket potatoes.
Yeah, it's terrible. And we treated ourselves that particular night to go to Southend to have a fish and chip supper because that was a treat for us because we were so hard up with money at the time. And then you check your lottery ticket and Bob's your uncle.
You wanted to start a business with it, and you did another sensible thing, which was to go into a business you knew a little bit about, correct?
Yes.
What was that?
It's HGV recruitment agency. I had the basic ideas of how it worked. So I asked John, I told John back in 2015 that I'd won the money and made a comment that if you ever think about setting up business on your own again, if you're interested, and I'd quite happily come in 50-50 with you.
Splendid. Now, this business, as I understand it, was called Pineapple. Why Pineapple? Is it an homage to the Covent Garden dance studio, or...?
No, not at all.
What was it about?
It was just something different that I would hope would stick in people's mind and create discussion within clients.
Tell me about January 16.
He asked me, he said that he was setting up his own business. He asked if I wanted to go in, so I went to John's house.
What agreement did you come to in the end?
We agreed that we would go 50-50.
Where is that in writing between the two of you?
We haven't got it, Judge.
What he said is correct. You don't dispute it.
Not at all, Judge.
50-50. Now, what that means is, are you going to go into a limited partnership? Is that what you understood by 50-50?
We were both 50% shareholders and directors.
Now, that's good. So why on earth wouldn't you get someone to draft a proper partnership document between the two of you? Why didn't you do it? I'm looking at you because I blame you more.
I trusted in the friendship and didn't think we would need one. In hindsight, a terrible mistake.
Do you have something to add to that?
No, I just can smell sir. Sorry.
Do you want to put it in another way?
I can smell that he's dropping something over that side of the counter.
What makes you say that he's being what I'm going to call economical with the truth?
Because I actually said to John, from my mum's quite a savvy person. She's rather savvy. She's worked in as a legal secretary for many years for a big company in London. And she said to me, you should
Just
get
pause.
it.
I like mums. Is Mum here?
No, she isn't, I'm afraid.
Do pass on my regards, because whatever you're about to tell me, I suspect, is thoroughly sensible. What's her name?
Pat.
Pass on my regards to Pat.
I shall do.
What did Pat tell you?
Mum said to me that I should get someone to look over it, look at his accounts, make sure everything was sound.
Take it slowly. Let's inhale Pat's wisdom for a second.
Savour the moment for my mum. Yeah, so Mum said that I should get someone to look into his accounts and look into stuff.
No. Pat was giving you detailed advice.
Yes, she was.
Look into his accounts to check that they are of value. Make sure you've got a written agreement, no doubt. Why don't you spend a little time getting some independent assessment of the long-term relationship, how much somebody would be able to take out of the business, when you believe it might turn a profit? Did Pat say anything like, what about a business plan?
Yeah.
Oh, where's Pat? Did you listen to Mum?
Unfortunately not, Judge. I jumped in with my eyes closed. I was a daft one. I was foolish. I got fooled by that liar.
Well, that's
thief.
what you call him. In April, before you started, did you have a discussion about what you would be taking out of the business in wages?
We had a discussion and I made aware to Chris that it would probably need to be paying me a full-time wage before him because I had nothing behind me.
Does that ring true?
That sounds about right.
Thank you very much. Now, you are not here to sue the company for any money, correct? No. If you were, you would have as much chance as me and Michelle jumping out of an aircraft doing jazz hands. Very little. For more Judge Rinder cases, click here. And if you've got a legal issue yourself, get in touch with us by clicking over here.